Hello, hello. Thank you for stopping by Life and Giggles. Don't forget to go over to the real Life and Giggles. Social. That's lifegiggles.social. So thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time here, please take a moment to look through my very short timeline of videos. This is Life and Giggles, so I talk about everything life, and we also have a couple of laughs. You see the title, Parenting. I'm still in the kitchen. Kitchen clothes. Shout out to J Rock Beats. Who what's the word? Produce all of my original beats for my content. I love it. This is an upbeat topic, so we need an uplifting beat. Take me back to my HBCU days. And a good beat, very before we get started with content together, look at these therapy minutes and my appointment and client. Gonna turn that down a little bit. You've made every moment count for your clients. This is a snapshot of what I've done so far this year. Now, this would be blown out of the water, these numbers, if I were still full time in my private practice. But I came down to less than part time. Instead of seeing 8, 9, 10 clients a day for the week, I went to about 2 or 3 a day after June this year. So these numbers are phenomenal, but they don't really reflect what I would normally do. But I'm still proud of these numbers. I have 48,880 therapy minutes, 87 clients, 772 appointments. I got this snapshot today from the platform that I use for my private practice. And for those of you who don't know, Life and Giggles is just an outlet for me to just be social, to have a good time, to be Aisha the human and not Aisha the psychotherapist. Although, like I always say, it might overlap a little bit because that's a part of me, right? That's my calling, a helper. So these numbers I'm very proud of, and I just wanted to come and share these because it is good news. We are tired of hearing all the bad news. I offered 100% telehealth sessions. So I closed down my brick and mortar um, building and I went 100% virtual on my practice. And people were skeptical, but thank God for a supportive family, supportive husband. I was able to succeed and really help and profit in my work with the 100% telehealth sessions. I didn't have to go to brick and mortar. Thank God. All glory goes to God, right? And when we keep that mindset, everything we touch will prosper. We can go ahead and turn up a little bit on that. 100% telehealth. I provided my clients with options to self pay and insurance. I do accept insurance in my private practice. My private practice, again, is separate from Life and Giggles. That's a separate entity, separate name, everything. That's my business. This is for social and fun and engagement and community building. So 86% of my clients, I received insurance reimbursement for those appointments, and 14% of my appointments were self pay. That's a pretty good number as well. So these are my stats. I'm excited about receiving this. Um, it was completely off my radar. I just show up and do the work. But I forgot, you know what? These numbers are great for seeing 2 to 3 people a day instead of 8 to 11, which is my routine practice. I've been in private practice for about 5, 6 years now. I will be going full time again in August 2025. So I'm going to keep this momentum, keep helping. Um, as people say, you're doing God's work. I'm going to keep doing that. I enjoy it. It feels good to work and it not feel like work. And your hands are blessed and the fruit manifests from that work. So that's that. I wanted to share that before we jump into the topic. This is why you only hear me say engage and share on Life and Giggles, because I'm not going to put up a cash app and I'm not going to ask for any monetary support on Life and Giggles. I just want to bring what's within me and what I see and what I want to share, what how my mind is working, my purview, my perspective and perception of things. Now, while we on the topic, pay people. If you enjoy their content and they have their cash app or instructing you for membership or whatever the case may be, why do we struggle to support each other? I mean, we buy stuff from everywhere else. If you're on there and you're consuming and engaging and you enjoy it, go ahead, drop a seed, bless the people. I don't have anything against people having their cash apps up and asking for donations if they're bringing you their talent and their gift whenever they do it, whether that's daily, multiple times a day, weekly, monthly. If you rock with it, it's okay. I do not knock that. But on Life and Giggles, I will not be soliciting those because this is what I do. I have my main thing going on monetarily outside of the platform. I am a proud owner of a private practice and it does well. The most I'll ask you is to share and visit lifegiggles.social. I really appreciate it. Over there, I actually give away. I believe in helping people directly. I don't trust that my monetary donation will trickle down as effectively as it need to be. So I bless people directly. I do it in my own way, whether it's trivia on the lives or a question or something that's fun and engaging, and we do it that way. So you're actually receiving on my platform. Be sure to go over there, lifegiggles.social. Topic today, parenting. I don't know not one prudent parent who doesn't feel some fear. And when I say fear, I don't mean like, ooh, scared. I mean, like, in the back of your mind, you're like, I hope this child continues down the right path and is successful in their own right and does well for themselves in life. That type of fear. Any prudent parent would feel that way. But a lot of us didn't really grow up in environments that we could fail in. We didn't have those controlled environments. It was a survival type of situation. So you basically had to do what you had to do. As we from that generation or that era became more aware, it was necessary to provide controlled environments for our children. That doesn't mean give them everything. I know we like to do that as well because of our backgrounds. But I've come to learn that that's more harmful than it is helpful. What's most effective as they become young adults, make room for them to do things themselves. It's okay for them to work, even if they don't have to. It's okay for them to see what earning a living is like. Even if you don't want them to work for a corporation, allow them to work for you. I've hired my children. They don't like mental health, so they're no longer with the practice, but they're doing their own thing and in their own right, making a path for themselves and not depending on parents. But it's good for them to know that they can. So be that authoritative parent where you're providing emotional support and discipline, establishing boundaries, all of that. Not authoritarian. Do what I say, not as I do. And that's a true saying. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So if there are some behaviors you're not liking, we probably need to look in the mirror. It doesn't just go for the positive, but also for the negative. How far did that apple fall? So parents, even if you don't have a lot, you can still provide a controlled environment for your children to thrive in, even if it's demonstrating integrity and ethics and being on the up and up. That'll take them further than any monetary incentive could. So when we hear this kind of content, people, oh, they got money, they can do this, they can do that, and automatically remove themselves from the picture, from the bigger scope of what I'm saying. Doesn't matter about money. This content is for you too. Parenting is tough. There's not really a handbook. So we look to others for ideas and effective measures. A controlled environment could look like every time they ask for something, you don't say yes right away. Let them weigh the pros and the cons. I'm guilty for doing it. because I lost my parents early, at an early age. And some of you out there might be in the same position. You never forget, you just learn to, um, as you move on and you move forward, the coping and the memories are more healthy and happier than they were when it may have happened initially. Initially, getting tongue tied. So think about parenting. As we hear and practice the things we hear that are healthy, then is when will see the shift that we want to see. It takes work, it doesn't just happen overnight. Another controlled environment example, let your kids learn how to cook for themselves, let them wash for themselves, let them do the things adults need to do for themselves. And as they're learning these tasks and daily life, um, yeah, adulting basically as young adults is familiar. It's not going to be a culture shock for them at a later age, or they're not depending on others to do it for them, thus becoming a burden in their relationships. It's good to get someone that can help you and you help them, but depending solely on them, that's draining. And it also develops an unhealthy attachment style. So let them learn in a controlled environment. They may be in a separate house, but you're still there. Watch it. You're 15 minutes up the road, 10 minutes up the road. You're watching and you're stepping in when you need to step in, offering that parental advice, that unconditional love that's innate, and letting them learn from that failure. Children need to fail. They need to know what that feels like. And when they do, like if they don't win that trophy, if they don't win the prize, the contest, if they don't get something they wanted to get, they are building that resilience. Resilience is built. The resilience to know that everything isn't going to come easy. Everything isn't going to fall in my lap. And because of that, I'm not sensitive to rejection. Let them feel rejection and failure and heartbreak. That's a part of life. It's not what's happening in life, it's how you cope through it, maneuver through it, and navigate that change in those uncomfortable moments that life will throw at us. That's what our children need to learn. Because we're not setting them up for success when we give them everything. We have to ask ourselves, why are we giving our children everything, even to their detriment. To be honest, you know it's because you're having one up on that next step. You're comparing your children to others' children. So it's not genuine, it's not authentic to begin with. And then when they can't get it, those very things that they have learned to be entitled to have, we see them on social media acting a fool or on the news with a mugshot or at the cemetery. We can establish controlled environments for our children to thrive and fail. It's a mindset. And that's where that true freedom lies. All parents make mistakes. Nobody got it just right. Your child may love something about you that my child can't stand. My child might love something about me that your child can't stand. It's the experience, our past experiences that shape how we see things and view things. We don't know more. We don't have another frame of reference until we experience it. That's why you could tell people every day till you're blue in the face, don't do this, do it this way. Here's what's going to work. And they'll, because they have to experience it themselves to have that frame of reference. Not everybody. There are a lot of people who learn from the mistakes of others. I'm one of them. All right, I don't want to be before you long. I don't want to wear you down, but I just wanted to come with a word of encouragement and to talk with you. We're going into 2025. It's the year for us to establish these positive, controlled environments for our children so that they can thrive and fail and be praised and uplifted in those moments that aren't so positive. We have an unrealistic perspective on life, and it's not helpful. It's more harmful than anything. So 2025, I know that's the year of even more awakening and stepping into that place of confidence and righteousness. Let your children fail. It's a great learning experience. Be there to help, not too much. Because when you're not here, if it goes the way it's supposed to go, your child is supposed to bury you, not you bury the child. They need to be able to push on and cope and thrive and accept failure and defeat because they built resilience along the way in that controlled environment. All right, everybody, don't forget, please go to lifegiggles.social and share. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you around.